The question surrounding Solo Sikoa for the longest time was whether he truly possessed the qualities to lead, whether he could carry the mantle of authority and command that his family lineage had built. Many doubted his ability to rise above being just a heavy hitter, but in recent months, those doubts have been shattered. Solo Sikoa has stepped forward, taken control, and in his actions declared himself not just a member of the bloodline but its tribal chief, the head of the table in this new era. His rise has been sudden but undeniable, and tonight inside a steel cage, he faces perhaps the greatest test of his career. For context, this is only the second time Solo Sikoa has ever been inside a steel cage. His first experience came during the chaos of War Games a couple of years ago, but that was a multi-man brawl where allies and enemies clashed in unpredictable fashion. Tonight is very different. This is his first time walking into the steel cage environment one-on-one, no partners to lean on, no distractions to hide behind. It is just Solo and the undisputed champion, Cody Rhodes. The question now is whether this lack of experience in such an environment will work against him, or if his sheer focus and hunger will allow him to rise to the challenge on this historic episode of SmackDown. His opponent, Cody Rhodes, of course, is no stranger to steel cages. Cody has been involved in multiple such matches throughout his career, but it is worth noting that this is his first traditional WWE steel cage match in nearly 10 years. The contrast is striking. One man has little experience, the other has been hardened through years of brutal battles but hasn't faced this environment in a long time. Solo's mindset tonight, however, is eerily similar to what Cody's was years ago when Rhodes sought to prove himself undeniable. Solo has that same mission tonight. He wants to show the entire WWE universe that he belongs at the very top, and he intends to achieve that not just by competing with Cody Rhodes, but by dethroning him, taking the championship, and forcing the American Nightmare to acknowledge him as tribal chief. Some would argue Solo has already proven himself worthy. Back in July at the Money in the Bank Premium Live event, Solo Sikoa shocked the world when he pinned Cody Rhodes during a six-man tag match. Many believed that had circumstances been different, had Roman Reigns not returned at SummerSlam to tip the scales, Solo could have captured the title then and there. Tonight, with the steel cage keeping out outside interference, Solo sees his chance to finish what he started. To make Cody Rhodes finally say those words, "Acknowledge me." But there's a deeper reason this bout has been locked inside a steel cage. The bloodline has been running roughshod over WWE, leaving bodies in their wake. From Jimmy Uso's brutal assaults to the punishment they've inflicted on stars like Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, the group has thrived on gang warfare. Just this past week on NXT, they even demolished the reigning tag team champions Nathan Frazer and Axiom, as well as decimating the Street Profits, proving their dominance across brands. Tonight, the steel cage is meant to prevent that kind of carnage, to ensure Solo Sikoa fights Cody Rhodes on his own, and that Cody has at least a fighting chance to defend his title against impossible odds. For Cody Rhodes, this championship means more than a belt. It is the culmination of a journey to finish a story his father, the late great Dusty Rhodes, could never complete. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, never held the WWE Championship in the way he wished to. Cody, by claiming the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania, fulfilled part of that family legacy. But defending it night after night, carrying the company forward, and proving himself against challengers like Solo Sikoa is how Cody intends to keep that story alive. With veteran referee Charles Robinson officiating, the match begins under simple yet punishing rules. A competitor may win by pinfall, submission, or by escaping the cage either over the top or through the door, but both feet must touch the floor for an escape to count. For Solo, the strategy is straightforward. Stick to what has brought him this far, his smash-mouth, high-impact style. Punish Cody, overpower him, and waste no time once the champion is weakened. Escape the cage and claim the title. For Cody, the key is to survive the early onslaught, use his quickness, and draw strength from the WWE Universe, who have stood by him throughout his battles with the Bloodline. The match starts with Cody showing flashes of agility, ducking and dodging Solo's attacks. Yet the methodical pace of Solo soon asserts itself as he hurls Cody into the turnbuckle and follows up with a crushing elbow. Cody responds by using the cage as a weapon, driving Solo's face into the steel. It becomes clear early on that both men are willing to use every inch of the cage to their advantage. Cody has admitted in recent interviews that his long war with the bloodline has hardened him, made him tougher than ever. But hardened doesn't mean invincible. At one point, Cody is sent crashing awkwardly between the cage and the ropes, wincing as he clutches his back. Solo presses his advantage, showing no mercy. A brutal headbutt splits Cody open, blood pouring down his face, and Solo smiles sadistically at the sight. The champion is in dire straits, his own blood staining the mat, yet he refuses to quit. Solo continues to punish him with relentless attacks, hurling him repeatedly into the steel, and the challenger's thick skull and devastating strikes make every blow land with terrifying impact. Solo's strategy is clear. Keep Cody close, never give him room to breathe, and grind him down until escape is impossible. Yet Cody finds bursts of resilience. At one point, he nails Solo with a Cody cutter from the ropes, a desperate move that nearly ends the match, but only secures a 2 count. The champion continues to absorb punishment, surviving a series of devastating maneuvers including multiple spinning solos and even a top rope splash from the challenger. Each time, Cody finds a way to kick out, driven by determination not to let his story end here. The crowd roars in support, fueling his survival. The match builds to terrifying moments. Both men climb the cage, trading blows precariously high above the ring. Cody nearly makes it over the top, but Solo drags him back in, smashing him with another headbutt to his open wound. Later, Cody suffers a frightening fall off the top rope, landing high on his neck in a moment that leaves the crowd gasping. Yet somehow, even after that, he kicks out of Solo's pin attempt. This resilience borders on superhuman, but it also shows Cody's refusal to let the bloodline define his destiny. The drama escalates as both men grow increasingly desperate. Cody manages to counter a Samoan spike attempt and hits Cross Rhodes, but even that isn't enough to keep Solo down. The exhaustion and punishment show on Cody's face, but he digs deep again, fighting back with disaster kicks and another Cross Rhodes. Finally, after a grueling war, Cody hits a decisive Cross Rhodes that puts Solo down for 3. The American Nightmare retains the championship in a victory that defines grit and determination. Yet the celebration is short-lived. As Cody stands tall, battered and bloodied but victorious, the rest of the bloodline swarms. Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa surround the ring, climbing into the cage. The champion, already spent, is ambushed and brutalized by the pack of jackals.